Welcome to the Friday edition of Take 5 for Torah. That means that we are discussing the Torah for Parsha Shlach, and it exactly corresponds to the sending of, I like to call them scouts. Nowhere in this Parsha are they called Meraglim, they're called Latur et haaretz. They're told to scout the land, as opposed to the Torah, where we have not 12 but 2, and they're called Meraglim there. They're called spies, and they're on clearly a spy mission to get information about the enemy and how to best prosecute the battle against that enemy. In terms of the Torah reading, though, this was really a fact-finding mission. You do not send a spy mission by announcing the 12 people, and you certainly don't send heads of state. Imagine sending congressmen or senators as spies. They're too full of themselves. You need to send people as spies who nobody knows. And if they're caught, we'll say we never heard of you. But if you send famous people and announce their names, forget it. The whole spy mission is shot from the outset. It wasn't Moshe's fault that things went wrong. It was the 12 or 10 of the 12 leaders that in the middle of their mission changed their mission from being scouts, just facts please, just give us the facts. We'll decide what to do with those facts. And they turned their mission into something much more, to not only render what they saw, but to give opinions of what should be done. That was supposed to be left for Moshe. Be that as it may, there's an amazing irony between the two stories, is that in the Torah reading, they were never in any danger whatsoever. They never came to any danger, not the 2, Yehoshua or Kalev, and not the 10 who were in on the bad report. But in the Haftorah, the 2 of them, who Chazal say were Kalev and Pinchas, the 2 of them were in grave danger from the very outset. But their faith was abiding. Their faith carried them. And with the help of Rachav, we read about in the beginning of the Haftorah, with the help of Rachav, she saw to their safety, she took care of them. She told the people of Yericho who saw that the men came, she said, yes, they did come here, I can't doubt that, they were here, but they left already while she was hiding them in her house. They left, and go hurry in that direction to catch them. So that irony should not be lost upon us. The ones who were in no danger whatsoever came back with such a negative report that changed Jewish history, I submit to you. It changed Jewish history because, as Ramban says, had the Israelites gone straight into Canaan at that time, all the Canaanite nations would have made peace with us. They would all have been so impressed by what the stories they had just heard. Even in the Haftorah, 40 years later, they told Rachav that we're frightened of the Israelites. Imagine what was 40 years earlier. We say every day in Oz Yashir, Namogu kol yoshvei Canaan, and many other nations were shivering with fright at all the stories they had heard about what had just happened to us. They would have all made peace. This, of course, is according to the opinion of Ramban, which we will investigate over time, that the Canaanites did have the option of making peace, of keeping 7 mitzvahs and living side by side with us in peace, keeping 613 mitzvahs and being our brothers and sisters, or they could leave or fight. But they still certainly did have an option to remain, and they would have. And they would have joined our holy Torah. Instead, we didn't influence them to behave more in a way that's in concert with Torah values. We were Nebuch influenced by the Canaanite way, as we see right after Sefer Yehoshua, in the very beginning already of Sefer Shoftim. So had the Meraglim just came back with their report, had we gone straight into Canaan and established the state of Israel, then would have been a very, very different history for us. Our kingdom would have been different, and the whole history would have been profoundly different. And that it comes out of the contrast between the Torah reading and the Haftorah, and we should understand that the Haftorah portion, they were Meraglim, and they did what Meraglim was supposed to do, and the rest is history.